Hello, and welcome to the webinar, the LEED Project Series, Part 1, Executive Overview. This is Part 1 in a 6-part series on LEED projects. We will get into the details of LEED in other parts of the series, so make sure you sign up for those, but today we're going to stay at a high-level overview. For those of you that are not familiar with 3R and our relationship with SRI, I'll give you a little background. In 1996, SRI began to incorporate environmental and CSR standards, including ISO 14001. By 2006, SRI started to incorporate its own internal CSR initiatives with the goal of improving the company and work environment for its employees. In 2008, SRI Green Building Certification was established to perform LEED project reviews for U.S. Green Building Council and GBCI. After establishing a team with various backgrounds in the sustainability and built environment sectors, and completing nearly 2,000 green building projects, 3R was spun off to provide consulting services in CSR and green buildings. I'm Carla Mitchell with 3R, and I have been a LEED accredited professional for 10 years. Throughout my career of more than 20 years, I've been part of design teams for multiple LEED certified buildings. But for the past 8 years, I've been working as a LEED project reviewer and a consultant for SRI and 3R, overseeing a team of reviewers that have completed nearly 8,000 project phase reviews. So what are we going to talk about today? First, why you need to consider LEED or any other option for green building standards. Second, what is LEED and why you should choose LEED. And last, we'll let you know what resources are available to you if you decide to move forward. There are real benefits to greening your buildings. Depending on what you're looking to get out of your LEED certification, we think the following information will show you that pursuing LEED certification for your building will pay back in positive ways. We're going to discuss the top 3 benefits of green buildings, which map directly to the triple bottom line, and the 3 parts of corporate social responsibility, or CSR. Those 3 benefits are financial, social, and environmental. Now, we've worked with executive teams and boards of directors who have been faced with the decision of whether or not to pursue LEED, and you have probably been in that position of being asked to evaluate or make the case for LEED. Today, I'd like to touch on the information you should evaluate when making that business case for LEED. On the financial side, companies see strong returns by either owning or occupying in LEED certified buildings. These returns come by way of reduced energy consumption, better employee performance, and higher property values. The social benefits include happier employees who have better overall productivity. The environmental benefits can be quantified with the reductions in your overall carbon footprint. Businesses are also defining their CSR strategy or plans to address their environmental, social, and business impacts. Often this starts with a customer request for a CSR plan, or a business publishes a report to address its most important issues and communicate progress on their goals. Making a commitment to LEED certification for your facilities can go a long way in addressing your CSR impacts and providing value to your company. So let's begin with the financial benefits. There are many financial advantages that can be realized, such as lower operating costs, increased property market values, and lower vacancy rates. Lower operating costs, whether it is energy, water, or materials, will have an immediate effect on a company's financial bottom line. Healthier and happier employees will result in better productivity, less sick days, and an overall better company morale. Green buildings have been shown to increase the market value of a real estate portfolio. And buildings that are LEED certified or certified in other rating systems demand higher rental rates and have lower vacancy rates when compared to non-certified buildings. Lease renewal rates are found to be higher over non-certified buildings. There are also tax benefits and incentives that should be considered when evaluating whether or not to pursue certification. In all parts of the country, there are incentives to build green at the federal, state, and local levels. The incentives can be for residential development, such as rebates to upgrade your home's envelope, including windows, insulation, garage doors, up to grants or rebates to install solar panels. Commercial properties can realize larger incentives like commercial property tax rebates, grant funding, and building bonuses, such as increases to the maximum allowed floor area or overall building height. This one alone can equate to much larger yearly revenue for owners of leasable spaces. Some municipal authorities realize the advantages of building green and require LEED certification as part of their building permit process. This happens in places like the District of Columbia or the City of Miami. However, as I understand it, when the state of Ohio changed their legislation on LEED from required to evaluate based on the business case, the number of projects pursuing LEED doubled because they realized the business case is strong. Now, there are some costs involved with LEED certification. A portion of these costs are in registration and certification fees, as well as soft costs associated when engaging consultants. However, there is a perception that building green is expensive, but multiple studies have found no significant difference between the average cost of a LEED certified building and other new construction in the same category. Seeking certification adds about 1 to 2% in total building costs, but LEED-related costs were lower for experienced project teams. Operating cost savings are a main driver for the business case for sustainability. LEED-certified buildings have been proven to use 25% less energy and result in a 19% reduction in aggregate operational costs compared to non-LEED certified buildings. Think about what a 25% reduction in energy use could equate to for your company. Then there's the social benefits. Talent is the most valuable resource in an organization and often accounts for 90% of business operating costs. So a 1% improvement in productivity can have a major impact on the bottom line. Some additional ways you can track and quantify social benefits are through occupant satisfaction. Green buildings are shown to improve morale, engagement, and productivity of employees. Absenteeism. LEED buildings are shown to reduce absenteeism. This issue costs U.S. companies millions of dollars each year because of lost productivity and wages and poor quality of goods. Medical complaints. People spend 90% of their time indoors. Poor indoor air quality can contribute to things like respiratory diseases, asthma, headaches, and allergies. A well-designed, healthy building can reduce the likelihood of these issues. Medical costs. With the rising cost of healthcare, employee insurance benefits are a significant factor in a company's bottom line. Providing a healthy work environment can help reduce the costs seen by both the employer and the employees. Physical complaints. Better designed work areas using better lighting and including the use of natural elements in a building's design can help combat this issue. Staff turnover and retention. Training employees is costly, and each time a company replaces a salaried employee, it can cost as much as 6 to 9 months' salary on average. In addition, providing a healthy and innovative place to work contributes to attracting and retaining the best employees that are available to you. Revenue. When a company addresses issues like employee productivity and retention and is able to recruit and hire top talent, this will result in higher revenues. So again, think about what a 1% improvement could do for you. So we've already talked about some of the economic and social benefits. Now I'd like you to look at some of the environmental benefits gained by doing things like reducing energy and water use and reducing the amount of waste sent to landfill. A LEED project affects all aspects of the environment, including enhancing human health by encouraging social equity and enhancing quality of life, by promoting biodiversity and ecosystems in the areas where you work and live, by improving your communities by making healthier buildings, protecting resources, and building a greener economy. Additionally, LEED can be an important part to consider as part of your ISO 14001 certification for your environmental management system. There are credits within the LEED rating system that reference this ISO standard as well as other ISO standards as the basis for the intent of those credits. It should be noted that a United Nations study found that the building sector has the largest potential for reducing greenhouse gas emissions and contributing to the UN Sustainable Development Goals, so buildings really should be a part of every company's CSR plan. The benefits we've just discussed can be realized in new and existing buildings and buildings of all kinds, including offices, hospitals, manufacturing plants, and logistics facilities. In fact, we've even reviewed steel mills for LEED compliance. Now I'd like to give you a few project examples. The Akron Children's Hospital focused on low VOCs to improve indoor air quality and included views of the outdoors and used indoor plants and natural lighting to enhance the indoors for their occupants. As a result, They've seen $900,000 in annual energy cost savings and about 48.5% fewer greenhouse gas emissions than the national average for healthcare facilities. Their construction was completed 54 days ahead of schedule and $44 million under budget. And they've also seen a 67% improvement in patient and family satisfaction. The American Society of Interior Designers headquarters also pursued improved indoor air quality, as well as installing circadian lighting and adding natural elements to the decor. In addition to a 19% decrease in employee absenteeism, they saw a 16% increase in employee presenteeism, which equates to an improvement in self-rated job performance. The Sherwin-Williams office in San Salvador reused almost 90% of their existing furniture, reduced VOCs throughout, and ensured 90% of workplaces get natural daylight. The FedEx Las Vegas facility was built as a new facility to LEED Gold standards, then renovated the headquarters to LEED Gold for existing buildings, all part of its Earth Smart Solutions CSR program. They also made investments in alternative energy, hybrid and electric vehicles, more fuel-efficient aircraft, as well as adding philanthropic and volunteer programs to integrate environmentally sustainable practices into their daily operations. Now, one example that isn't on this list is the Method Soap Company, who installed a 75,000 square foot greenhouse roof that is operated by an urban agriculture company called Gotham Greens. The rooftop greenhouse is gearing up to produce about 500 tons of fresh, pesticide-free produce annually, which is good news for the local community and nearby retailers and restaurants. So now that you know why you should pursue LEED, let's talk about what LEED is. There's a quick video that I know you'll enjoy. Go to YouTube and search for what is LEED. Here's the facts. The LEED rating system has existed for 20 years and is the world's most recognized green building rating system. It has evolved over the years and is currently in version 4. The certification process is overseen by Green Business Certification Incorporated, or GBCI. LEED certification is determined based on the total number of points achieved out of a total of 110 points in 9 categories. The credits pursued are chosen based on the environmental and occupant benefits that are most important to each individual project. A common misconception is that in order for a building to be LEED certified, it must have sophisticated and expensive solar panels, wind turbines, and utility systems. However, the majority of points earned come from smarter use of available resources. In fact, better use of energy and water resources is one of the pillars of creating a zero-energy building. Why is LEED important for the building industry? LEED is a major force for improving the building construction industry. It works as a guideline for designers and builders that are striving to build better than just code minimum. Most local building codes require buildings only meet their minimum requirements for construction and energy efficiency. The graphic shown here details the impact of each version of the LEED rating system versus building codes. Even when LEED began, the requirements were more than what was needed to meet code. With each update to the rating system, the goals are set higher and higher. It hasn't been until recent years that we've seen a change in local codes. Every day, authorities are adding green building elements to their minimum requirements. However, code minimum will most likely not get us to the point of no environmental impact. And this is where green building rating systems like LEED are key. By using LEED version 4, a platinum certified building can achieve a zero impact on the environment. And future versions of LEED will push harder, and eventually even silver and gold certified facilities will push those net zero boundaries. The requirements of LEED are presented in rating systems. LEED includes 6 different rating systems to complement all phases of development, from new construction to existing facilities, as well as large-scale development of neighborhoods and cities. When deciding to pursue certification, you must first pick the appropriate rating system, and LEED can apply at any scale. Building Design and Construction, or BD&C, applies to new buildings or buildings that are getting a major renovation. Interior Design and Construction, or ID&C, applies to interior fit-out projects. Operations and Management, or O&M, works for any existing building that is fully operational and occupied, even without any renovation work planned. Neighborhood Development, or ND, is for land development projects. Homes is for residential buildings, including single-family and multifamily structures. and cities and communities will highlight the sustainability and resiliency of entire cities or subsections of a city. Once you've chosen the rating system, there are specific pathways within the IDNC, O&M, and BDNC rating systems that are suited for specific building types like retail, hospitality, or healthcare. While some adaptations are required for your building type, others can provide an advantage to a project because the LEED requirements are tailored to your building's specific use and occupancy. There are 4 levels of certification based on the number of points achieved: certified, silver, gold, and platinum. Each rating system includes 9 categories: integrative process, location and transportation, sustainable sites, water efficiency, energy and atmosphere, materials and resources, indoor environment, innovation, and regional priority. And within each category, there are prerequisites and credits. Credits don't have to be pursued for every category, but the prerequisites must be achieved in every category. Each category carries a different weight within the rating system, based on the total possible points available. I'd like you to note that the energy and atmosphere category, the purple section of the pie, includes 4 prerequisites and 7 credits, worth a total of 33 points, making it a critical piece in every LEED project. Related to this, SRI has invested in ISO 50001 because we realize how important managing your energy use is from the corporate side of the business. ISO 50001 can show you where you spend your money in energy, water, and materials. Aside from your employees, these areas are where the most money is spent. As you can see from the pie chart, when you look at energy, the green section representing water, and the light blue area representing materials, a little more than half of this chart is made up of these 3 areas. If this chart represents a building, you can see the importance of focusing your efforts on energy, water, and materials. Let's take a look at the intent of each category. The integrative process credits reward early analysis of building system optimization. The location and transportation credits focus on the building location. The sustainable sites credits address the environment around the building. The water efficiency credits concentrate on improved water use. The energy and atmosphere credits focus on energy efficiency and renewable strategies. The materials and resources credits focus on minimizing material use and disposal. The indoor environmental quality credits highlight occupant comfort and well-being. The innovation credits encourage projects to pursue exceptional and innovative strategies. The regional priority credits encourage projects to pursue the credits that directly affect the geographic area in which the project is located. Our future webinars will dive deeper into the details of each category and what it takes to meet the requirements. Next, let's take a look at the certification process. The first stage is identifying your rating system and registering your project. The next steps are putting together your project team. Your team can be made up of professionals from your company and/or outside consultants. However, one requirement for the team is that every project includes a LEED accredited professional who specializes in the rating system you're registered under and who will be actively involved in the project. Next, your team should identify the project LEED goals. Then, you document your project, and finally, upload all documentation to LEED Online. This is the login screen for LEED Online, and you can find it at the site lo.usgbc.org, which is shown on the screen here as well. Once you're in LEED Online, this is what your dashboard looks like. This is where you'll upload your project documentation when you're ready to submit for review. All of your projects and project information and documentation will be accessed from this page. Your LEED project manager typically will administer your project in LEED Online. When the LEED project documentation stage is complete, your project goes through a third-party review by GBCI. The process is shown here. Submit your project for preliminary review. The project is in review with GBCI for approximately 25 business days. Then the project gets returned to you. You have 25 business days as well for your team to address any outstanding issues. Then you resubmit for final review, and that review process is repeated. Overall, your review process can be as short as 3 months, depending on how well your project is documented and how quickly your team addresses any review comments. There are a number of things that can extend that timeline on your review, so establishing a schedule for your project goals is key, especially if certification is required for any part of your building project. Once the review is complete, you can accept the results of the review or start the appeal process to address any denied credits or attempt additional points as needed. After accepting your review, your project will be declared as certified to the appropriate level based on the number of awarded points. The last step is hanging your plaque. So we've talked a lot about LEED today, but there are other rating systems as well which serve different purposes, like Living Building Challenge, the WELL rating system, Passive House, and BREEAM. Every project is different, and while LEED can accommodate most project types, it doesn't fit every project. You may be interested in pursuing a different rating system. If that's the case, give me a call and I'd be happy to talk about your particular situation and which rating system is right for you. SRI and 3R have the experience with the process and the skills needed to help companies be successful in the pursuit of their sustainability goals. And if you're not considering certification but want to design or improve your building to get the maximum benefit, we can help with that too. Although I must say there is a lot of brand value to be realized from having that plaque and what it stands for, so I would highly encourage you to consider certification if at all possible. So if you are in the position of evaluating whether LEED is right for your company as part of your CSR plan or as a standalone commitment, please call us to help. We've seen people make uninformed decisions before with bad information. Make sure you involve someone who can look at your situation and provide a realistic assessment of the costs and benefits of pursuing LEED. And of course, if we can help in any other way, we've listed some of our 3R, CSR, and built environment services here. Thank you for attending this session, and we look forward to your attendance in the upcoming sessions for the rest of this series.